Hello, Steve White, Checkboy 89 for Steve Arts 89. I'm going through all the Star Trek actors that I've met at the conventions over the years, having a really good time remembering all these experiences I had and sharing them. I don't know if anyone actually cares, but I'm enjoying it, so I'm just going to keep going and do them all. But yeah, I met Terry Farrell. I loved Terry Farrell. She was wonderful, and I always loved Dax. Everyone loved Dax. She was strong, she was beautiful, she was feminine, but she had all this experience, and she embraced her male side and her male experiences and her female. She was just perfect. She was wonderful. The actress was beautiful and wonderful. She was such a good actress, and there's nothing bad to say about her on any level. This is just wonderful. And I remember everyone loved her back in the day. Everyone loved Dax. All the gay boys liked her. They even wanted, some of them even wanted to be with her. That's how much they loved her. Like they would have turned for her. One friend said he would have turned for her. He loved her that much. And I was really happy to tell him that I met her and show him photos and that, because I know how much he loved her. But it would have been awkward now if I met her, because my opinion of Deep Space Nine has changed, because I wasn't the sort of Star Trek purist that I am now. I sort of watched Deep Space Nine back in the day, and I didn't really get how they sort of changed I didn't like the war. I didn't like that war arc and some things about it, but I didn't really get what they were really doing with that show and how it betrayed the original Star Trek and disrespected Gene Roddenberry and that. And it would be difficult to talk to her now in that way, because I couldn't say I love the show. I loved Deep Space Nine. It's my favorite. I couldn't say any of that like I think I said to her when I met her. And that was basically all I said. I didn't have much. There was really nothing to say. Just, I love you. You're amazing. And she had this beautiful dress on, and she just was so... She's just wonderful. I've got nothing bad to say about her. And she was there with Renee. I'm so grateful, because I didn't get an autograph and I didn't get a photograph, but he was there next to her. And while I was talking to her, because she was really friendly, we chatted for a bit, I was talking to him as well. And I'm like, I'm so sorry I can't get an autograph. I'm just too broke. I'm really sorry. I love you. I loved Odo, and I got to talk to him, and then he passed not long after. And thank God I met him. But and he was really friendly too, and they were friends. And a lot of those people do the conventions together, and they travel together, and it's a real small family community sort of feeling with some of these ones, especially the early conventions. That's what they were like. I also met the other Dax, and she insulted my treble. Insult my treble, you insult me. So I didn't like her. And no one, let's be real, no one really likes Ezri. Everyone loves the original Dax, the first Dax, the Dax we know, the Dax we love. And she was only there because they fired her for misogyny, basically. They just wouldn't pay her what she was worth. She stood up for herself, and they punished her and fired her, and they treated her very badly. And a lot of people, didn't appreciate her leaving the show in the 7th season. It was a big deal back in the day. I remember back in the day. And she talks about it now, and I'm glad she's talking about it, because the same thing happened to her on Becca. I remember watching Becca, and I only watched the show because of her, and I still watch the show because of her, and I love her. And same thing happened. Basically, she was negotiating a fair price for herself, what she was worth, because she knew people watching that show for her, not freaking any of the other actors. Sorry for the other actors, I love you all, but still, like you're watching, but still, I just want to be respectful. People were watching for her, because people love Dax and Terry Farrell. And same thing for Deep Space Nine. She was one of the favourite characters on that show, and they didn't value her because she was a woman. They wouldn't pay her what she deserved, so she had the strength to, just say, screw you, I'm going. You're not paying me what I'm worth. I'm not going to be here. So she left, and she left the other show for the same reason. They brought in Nancy Travis, and the 4th season it's just a disaster. It's awful. You can barely watch it. They syndicate the show, and of course, as soon as Terry leaves, it's like, okay, there's nothing left to watch. And they didn't release that season on DVD either, I'd just like to say. The first 3 seasons of Terry Farrell were released on DVD, or maybe it was the first 4 seasons, and they did 5 years. The last year wasn't released because no one watched it, no one cared, and that's why the show was cancelled, because she left. So loved her. Just wanted to share my experience with her. She was wonderful. And I really would love to meet her again, because she's just that nice. But I'm afraid Deep Space Nine will come up and I would insult her because, it's her show and that. And so I would be afraid to meet her and say something stupid now. But I'd still love to meet her. I hope she has another convention. I get to meet her again. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Did you meet Terry Farrell? Did you love her as much as I did? Is it just me? I'm pretty sure everyone loved her, and she was like the favourite character on Deep Space Nine, like next to Worf, and then they put them both together. Some people didn't like that, some people loved that, but yeah, I just Can't stop talking about it. But I'm going to go.